There are 4 tests that most of us will go through. And according to my friend Oz Hillman, who wrote one of my favorite books, The Upside of Adversity, if you haven't read it, read it. It's about the life of Joseph, but it also parallels our lives. And he talks about 4 tests that Joseph went through. And if you don't know the story, he was betrayed by his jealous 11 other brothers and was going to be killed. And one of his brothers decided, well, hey, let's don't kill him, let's put him in this pit, and then he would go rescue him later on. Well, the other brothers ended up selling Joseph into slavery to some slave traders and a wealthy Egyptian who worked for Pharaoh bought him. His name is Potiphar. So Joseph was about 17 years old at this time. First test, the betrayal test. Oz calls it the Judas test. Somebody close to you, your friend, your family, it gets even tougher as family betrays you. What are you going to do with it? Well, he became faithful. He just served. He was unjustly put in slavery, but he serves Potiphar well. Potiphar's wife has a thing for Joseph. Again, he's probably now in his early 20s, maybe late teens. I'm sure she was pretty because, Potiphar was a man of means. And she wants to go to bed with Joseph. And he says, no, can't do it. Not that he didn't want to, I'm sure, but he had a greater purpose and he wanted to honor God. So you think, oh man, well, that's going to serve you well. No, she accuses him of rape. Potiphar gets mad at him, justifiably so, and throws him in prison. So the second test was integrity. He passed that test. Ooh, you think, man, you got integrity. That'll serve you well. Well, it served Joseph by getting him in prison. Not to say don't live by integrity, you should. Each of these tests build on the other. So the third test, he's in prison, unjustifiably so. What's he do? Sulk? Nope. He serves. He is faithful. And he's so good, he gets placed in charge of all of the prisoners. Prison guard puts him in charge. And he starts having, there are 2 guys that come, the butler, not the butler, but the wine steward, and then also the baker for Pharaoh. And they each have dreams. Joseph interprets those dreams accurately, whereas the wine steward gets restored and the baker is executed. And he tells the wine steward, the cupbearer, hey, remember me. 2 more years go by, he forgets, and Pharaoh has these tormenting dreams. His magicians and sorcerers can't figure out what the dreams meant. So all of a sudden, hey, the cupbearer remembers, hey, there's this guy in prison. He can interpret dreams. So Pharaoh calls for him. He shaves his head because Egyptians were afraid of lice. He goes before the king. He accurately interprets the dream. And he gets placed as second in command and over all Egypt. So the third test was perseverance test. You gonna persevere when the going gets tough? He did. But all 3 of those tests were preludes to the most dangerous test that most of the kings of Israel failed, the success test. So he gets placed as number 2 in all of the kingdom, the most powerful nation on the earth. What's he do with it? It wasn't about serving him. He just longed to see his father. He wanted to go back home. And his wisdom and his integrity and his perseverance and his forgiveness saved not only the Egyptian nation, but also the Israeli nation, what became Israel. Pretty cool. That's it. 6 minutes. Have a great day.